All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, episode 8. Super excited to be with you guys. Episode 8, salsa music. Today we have a very special guest for you, Mr. Nicolas Martinez, band leader of Nic N'taya, the hottest band in South Florida right now. Him and I have become really good friends over these past couple of months. Definitely taking it to the next level. All of the dancers are absolutely loving him, of all styles, and he's really connecting with the younger generation, aside from obviously, of course, developing good quality original music. By the way, you'll notice that I look like Rudolph right now, so don't make fun of me. Yeah, I was thinking about doing something about this, but no, actually, over this past weekend, I was on an awesome actual Christian retreat, man's retreat. It was absolutely phenomenal, life-changing, and I had bandanas all over the place, sunglasses and everything, so my nose was the only thing being exposed, but nonetheless, we're rolling with the punches here. But yeah, so without further ado, introducing Mr. Nicolas Martinez, born in Havana, Cuba. As I mentioned to you, he's actually exploding here in South Florida right now. He's been writing music since he was 11 years old. Extremely passionate about the Cuban music itself. Started up his band Nic N'taya in 2006. So we're talking about 12 years now, and he ended up just releasing his second album, which is absolutely fire. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and bring him on board. We got a lot of great stuff to talk to you guys about, and we're excited to go ahead and make that happen for you here in episode 8 of Salsa Kings.
What's up,
Mr. Nic N'taya.
do?
Oh, what's up?
What's up?
How you doing, Nick? Everything good, my brother?
Doing great here with Leah Nicole Martinez.
Oh, what's up, Leah? How you doing, girl?
How you doing, girl?
Good.
Acting up right now.
Beautiful, man. Wait, look, primero que nada, man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you hopping on our episode over here and making this happen for us and talking to us about, you know, this topic, salsa music today. As I had mentioned into the other for our viewers to know, on our other podcast, we have the interviewees actually select the topic that they're passionate about, and Nicolas, Nic N'taya wanted to specifically talk about the music, which we haven't done yet, and we definitely want to go ahead and get into detail with all of that. Before we get into that, though, guys, comment comment below, Ep8 to go ahead and download our mobile app so you can get our podcast straight to your mobile phone. Also, to receive push notifications about our episodes, go ahead and comment live, LIVE. If you are already live with us and you have heard Mr. Nicolas Martinez and Nic N'taya in concert, go ahead, comment below. Let us know how much you absolutely love this music. I've had the blessing actually to celebrate my birthday at one of your concerts, my brother. It was the bomb. We had a blast, man. We really ripped it out there. So thank you for that, for always bringing the energy, bro. Legit, de corazón. From me to you, thank you, man, for your love, for your passion, for what you do. And the fact is, bro, every time that you throw a concert, man, the floor is packed, bro, and there's no doubt about it every single time. Anya, what's up, girl? How you doing? And thanks for showing the love. ¿Cómo se llama?
Anya Martínez. Ahí nomás. Sentimiento.
¿Cómo se llama? Y no, bro. So first and foremost, man, tell us a little bit about you, bro. We'd like to get a little bit personal.
You said a lot of those things. We were Nic N'taya was born in 2006. We were a really hardcore timba band. You know, that was basically we wanted to do at that time. We were very hard on the type of music we were doing, so it was not so much for the dancers. And after 2010, I stopped doing the bands, personal problems. And then I came back now, although before coming back with Nic N'taya, I was actually in a band that's called Conjunto Progreso. They were nominated They were nominated for a Grammy back in 2006 when I started with Nic N'taya. the music they played was what they still play. It's actually son cubano traditional. So
Beautiful.
that took me a little bit of hardcore timba and showed me the different way of singing Cuban music. And that's where, I was like, okay, I need to do N'taya again, but in the in-between. And I mean, it's paid off. A lot of people like it, and it's been
Claro
good.
que sí, hermano. Claro que sí. What do you mean? Eso es obvio. Eso es obvio. And what about you, man? You were born and raised in Cuba, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Well, I was born in Cuba till and I was raised there till I was 9. I came here when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay.
And then I was here. I mean, I've been here ever since. I've been to Cuba twice, so it's not like it. But when I got here, I didn't start listening to Cuban music, the truth, like real Cuban music, till I was 15. Like I told you, it's I started when I was in high school. That was when my first introduction to timba, and that's basically where I'm at. Like I started doing timba when I was 16. I really didn't know. I like the style. These are the bands that I used to follow. I used to follow Charanga Banera, Los Bambang, of course, Bamboleo. I used to listen to Bamboleo, Los Bambang. I said, not so much La Rebe, which that's the type of music that I do now. But Manolín, El Médico de la Salsa, Paulito FG, Michel Massa. These are artists that basically a lot of people don't know. But I mean, I'm saying the outside world, but the timba world does know everything about it.
Right.
So that's how I started.
Beautiful. Okay. And I have a note here that you've been writing music since you were 11. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. My first song was in 5th grade.
Okay. Cuéntame eso.
Nothing. I was a little rough in the class. I always rough in the class. And I never got offended with that. Well, sometimes, depending the way you said it, I would get offended though.
Right, of course.
Like they told me we need something in Spanish, and can you write something in Spanish? I was like 11, and I was okay. I'll go ahead and do it. So it was a rap. Y decía, yo soy joven, sé lo que yo hago, estudio en la escuela y hago mi trabajo. Yo adoro a Dios, que es mi salvación, y mi corazón fue que hizo esta canción. That's the only thing I remember. So
nice, bro. Nice.
I was 11 when I did that. So ya ever since, I oído bastante. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. Awesome, man. So, okay, so then we have here. I want to kind of like touch with I guess, I mean, we're going to talk about, obviously, of course, the music today, but I guess it's important. I mean, it is important, obviously, of course, to know where we're coming from. How kind of salsa evolved. There's not, I would love for you to be able to explain, to the viewers and to the listeners how that's, how that came about, if you will, if you don't mind.
Well, basically, we have to go all the way to Cuba, Guantánamo, y Santiago de Cuba. That's where everything, the music we dance now es música hecha por los campesinos, and I have to say it like that because I wouldn't be able to explain it that way in English. But I can tell you, so I'm going to be back and forth because actually the terminology is that I don't know it in English. But what I can say is that everything started with what is called nengones.
Okay.
Nengones is like different type of rhythms. Like I always tell los salseros que bailan, because I hear them say this word a lot, montuno.
Right.
So montuno is a type of es un nengón. And los nengones, once you bring them, some of them together, that's what makes what we know son. Okay. So basically, like danzón was ya estaba en La Habana en aquel tiempo. Those were the,
right.
People with Rolexes, imagínate. Pero
right.
Guantánamo se estaba creando en Guantánamo, en el oriente de Cuba, in the oriental part of Cuba. los campesinos, the farmers, were creating something that actually changed the Latin world, which was los nengones, which it has descendencia africana, is African descent, but not really African. It's from there. And the creation of los nengones salió el changui.
Okay.
Changui, changui, it's what I do right now, but I don't do the traditional changui. I do more or less what we call changui song, which was created by Elio Rebe. He was the creator. He passed away. But his son still has a band, and what they do is changui son. Well, basically, changui was created, and then in the 1920s, around there, then we started calling it song, because there was music. Musically, there was some changes,
right,
that made it song. It was not really changui. I'm not going to go into detail what was the difference between song and changui. I can tell you exactly. It started with nengones. Changui took over, which changui has a lot of those nengones as well. And then song took over,
Gotcha.
A lot of people just call it song, that everything is song, just to make it easy. But it does have its name, and it's not just song. It comes los nengones, changui, song, and then what we all see after, and you can put it however you want, mambo. All those things are part of what we call salsa today. But the main thing is son cubano. That's the main thing. What we dance is son cubano.
Right. Okay, so then that starts to transition now, if you will, from, so you have it song, and then song kind of speeds up, if you will, with Lo Bambang and everything like that, right? Songo, if I'm not mistaken, they create.
Yeah, that was in the 70s.
Right.
But remember, that music was not getting out of Cuba. It was being played in Cuba. So songo was created there at that era, while here we were listening to other artists that were actually playing the actual song.
Okay.
You get me?
Gotcha.
So a lot of those musicians went to New York in the 1960s after, the phenomenon in 1959. They went to New York, and I think it took like 10 years. If you notice, it's like a 10-year period there, that when the salsa became really big, like from the 70s to 80s, ¿no verdad?
Right.
There's like a 10-year period there of learning how to play that music, and the musicians growing up, and because this type of music, you have to feel it here. So it took a while. It's not just, I'm going to do Cuban music right away.
Right.
And then, and it's not just me, the one who calls it like that. It's Cuban music, because Oscar de Leon tells you that he was against calling it salsa.
Right.
Celia Cruz was against calling it salsa. Tito Puente was against calling it salsa. They saw it the way it was supposed to be seen, which was song,
Right.
And that's basically where we are. Now we call it salsa, and we all salseros, so it's a good thing too.
Right. Well, that's the idea of, kind of like all of these, all these styles being mixed together to create una salsa, that's nice. Obviously, of course, rooted, from the Cuban song, if you will. Absolutely. So great, man. Okay. So then, all right. So then that's kind of like how it evolved up until, today. Okay. So now we have, okay, so great example. So there's a big explosion in the 70s, if you will. So what's happening today? Like, why there's not, unfortunately, for whatever reason, maybe you can give us this answer or not, but like what's going on with?
I think it hasn't evolved. Like, lyrics are not important for the young generation right now. The lyrics that salsa has is not important for the young generation. The young generation is a little more aggressive. They're a little more vocal on the way they think. They express themselves a little bit. I don't want to say vulgar, because it's not vulgar. Well, sometimes it all depends. The new generation is a little, like I said, more aggressive. And
Sure.
a lot of people are not interested in listening. Cuero nada really doesn't get to them. So I think us musicians and people who write this music should actually start thinking about writing something that the young generation likes.
Okay, so you're talking about connection. You're talking straight connection. Then you're talking about the artist being able to relate to younger people.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If not, then the only thing you're gonna have is just people dancing your music. Schools dancing your music. Oh, I love it because the rhythm is good. So people, oh, I love that song because of the rhythm. But you don't hear that song in the radio, or you don't want to go ahead and go Spotify. Oh, let me look for this song because I like it. Unless you connect to that music. If you connect to the music and to the lyrics, then okay, I think that's the difference, you know?
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, there's no doubt about it, brother. At every concert of yours, slam with young people, we're all going crazy. We're getting lit and singing it, knowing every word. It's the so I mean, it's definitely awesome, definitely a blast, man. And I mean, at least for everything that you've done so far, I mean, you're definitely taking it to the next level, with, you know, just being able to, yeah, I guess ultimately that connect with your target audience, if you will, and at least from a connection standpoint, and us being able as academies to be able to actually get people, you know, in on the dance floor and wanting to learn. It's got to be the music that they can relate to and connect and enjoy. It's definitely much more difficult when, you know, if people are walking around thinking, oh, salsa's for old people. Like, what? Like, how can you even say that? Like, you know, like it's crazy. But the fact is that if you don't know any better, then you don't know any better. If you don't have an artist that you can relate to and you like, that makes all the sense in the world. That makes all the sense in the world, man.
And that's why I think I actually do lyrics that are a little bit more for this era. Like, por ejemplo, mamita la de cualquiera, y yo vine para callarte la boca, pobre tejera, pochimosa. I mean, that's just, it's a little conflictivo. And people like that. It is. I mean, listen to Mela, you know, tú tienes que parar, tú tienes que parar, tú tienes que parármela. You know, those are lyrics que están un poco, I call it Bad Bunny PG-13.
Nice, brother. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Let me see if I can put that on here really quick. Hold on 1 second.
And you can get to the point that people are like, woo, you know.
Hold up 1 second here. Okay.
Dad, imagínate, la gente joven, por alto está el cielo en el mundo, por hondo que está el mar profundo. People, la gente no están para eso, you know. So, I mean, wait, I think you froze, man. Yeah, something happened here. Am I live? Somebody say something. ¿Qué pasó? Mira, está en las cámaras, mira. Tú vas a salir ahora, ¿eh? Mira, vas a salir ahora. Tú verás cómo tú sales ahora, ¿eh? ¿Qué pasó, mi vida? ¿Qué tú quieres? Pero espérate, que I'm doing on here. Give me a second. Espérate, que estamos viendo la cámara. Pero hold up a second. Don't cry for it. There's a bunch of people looking at you right now. Am I live? Oh, look, you're right there. So I'm the only one here right now. Oh, Andres is frozen. You want to dance? Are you sure? There's people seeing you right now. You don't want to dance? Mommy? I'm going to call her.
I was looking for
Espérate, am I still live here? Nah, no way. Talk, I'm reconnecting. Okay, bueno, Andres is trying to reconnect, caballero. Coño. Let's see. ¿Qué quieren que cante? I don't even know that.
Nick!
There you go. You're back.
Wow, brother. Crazy. All right, let's see if we still have everybody on here. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back on. All right, sorry about that, brother. Okay, so now let me see if we can go ahead and throw this video back on here, bro.
Okay.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, that happened,
Did
man.
you sing for everybody at least, or what?
Oh, yeah. Por alto está el cielo en el mundo,
Eso.
por hondo el profundo. No habrá una reina en el mundo que te amor profundo no rompa por ti.
Yes.
Amor. Dale, pon eso.
Boy, buddy. All right, here we go.
Después no quiere.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. All set.
Socialice, pero la quiero siempre. Lo puedo echar un poquitito para adelante para que la. Como la quiero. Yo sé que tú eres amor del bueno. Mira, pero yo tengo que salir con compartir. Tratarte mal, no, para mí. Y dice así, guau, salaguababa, vamos.
¡Qué rico!
Y el corito dice así, tú tienes que parar, tú tienes que parar, tú tienes que pararme. Todo el mundo.
¿Cómo?
No escucho nada. Tú tienes que parar, tú tienes que parar, tú tienes que pararme. Repite que. ¡Vamos arriba! Ahora.
Nice.
Dice así. Tengo una amiga, ahora, que a mí me sigue a todos lados. ¿Y a dónde voy? Después no quiere.
¿Cómo?
Can we? La mejor parte es cuando la gente empieza a volverse loca. Pero yo tengo que salir. Mira, trátate mal, no.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so our people are gonna have to. They're gonna have to go to a concert there. Actually, you have an event coming up this Friday, right?
Yes, it's actually the 21st, which this Friday at Ocho Live Fiesta Rumba Havana.
Beautiful.
That's we're gonna start there. I mean, doors open at 11 o'clock, so be there.
Beautiful. I'm gonna actually throw a link up in the comments right now so that everybody can go ahead and see that event. That's for this Friday.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. So, guys, make sure that you go ahead and check them out this Friday. That's at Ocho Live, Rumba Havana. Shout out to Ernesto Cabrera. Thank you so much for going and keeping the Cuban music alive here in Miami. And so wonderful, man. That's fantastic. Also, we have another big event coming up, which you're all invited to, which is Salsa King's 20th anniversary, which just so happens to be we're going to be doing a no cover. So you don't have to pay anything at the door. We're also doing an open bar, and a live band. And that live band, yes, you absolutely guessed it right. It is with N'taya. Guys, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up the anniversary party link as well. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and RSVP so that you can go ahead and check that out. It's going to be an absolute blast. If you like dancing, if you don't like dancing, you're going to have a blast regardless. Amazing, amazing people, great, great energy. So I guess moving on forward with our topic here, man. So I guess how are we looking with salsa in the future? I mean, you know, we already discussed that there's kind of like a difficulty for, you know, kind of the new upcoming generations, if you will, to, you know, to continue to learn how to dance if they're not connecting to the music and new artists, etc. So we want to, of course, be able to do that. So thank you for that. But, you know, as we move forward, like, I guess why isn't there more salsa artists today than, you know, like, why were there so many more in the past than there are now?
Why? Because I guess, you know, every genre has its boom, pero I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think you guys, and when I say you guys, you're a dancer. Dancers are keeping salsa alive. Musicians are not keeping salsa alive, unless it's me. I'm saying, and it's the truth. Salsa, like I said, you have to connect with your people. You have to be humble. A lot of the people go into urban music. A lot of the crowd go into urban music because they feel that urban music is a little more humble than probably a musician that study all its other live, you know, to read notes and leer un pentagrama and do this and do that. Truth is that they connect more with people because it's all about being humble and getting to a concert and saying hi to everyone, getting along with everyone. You know, it's not about just putting a serious face and not smiling. And yeah, I know you're a great musician, but it doesn't matter. You're human too. So right. It's about connecting with the people, not only musically, also outside of music. They need to know and feel that you not only you're just like them, but that you just, you know, you're just someone normal, you know. And I think that los salseros, they try to keep it, you know, neat and very professional. Sometimes people don't want that. People just want to have fun.
Sure.
So, you know, so there's two things. That's one. And then the other one, lyrics. You want to connect through the lyrics with a young crowd. You cannot just come and say Bacalao con pan, which is a great song. It's one of my favorites. Pero what, I mean, 16, 17-year-old kid is not going to come in and say, oh, yeah, this is badass song, Bacalao con pan. That's right. I mean, it's not going to happen. So the artists have to make a connection with the crowd. People have to sing los coros with you. People have to have fun, not only dance salsa, because there's people that don't dance and that don't go to schools.
Right.
You know? So people have to have fun with your music. You have to get inside of the people and make sure that everyone is having a good time. And that's not happening to salsa. You guys are keeping salsa alive because you dance the music regardless who sings the music. You know, but all these salsa dancers, they don't listen to salsa in the car. You know, so we have to change that mentality. And I think there's good artists that are doing that. Like, for example, Alexander Habana de Primera, Michael Blanco. But do they get enough, you know, marketing out there so people can listen to them? I mean, it's not happening. N'taya is trying to do those things, but like people that have power in reality are not doing that, you know? So if you go to a lot of salsa congresses, you listen to a lot of old music, right? And it's not because they connect to the music, it's because they like the rhythm, they like to dance to it. But let me listen to this music, you know, let me listen to this music. No, it's not happening. And I think the artist has to connect with the crowd. That's the most important thing. You have to be humble. You can't think you're better than anyone just because you're up there in the stage. I mean, it's you have to be normal and once have fun with the people, and that's the best thing. Like that's what I enjoy, having fun with the people, and that's why sometimes you see el escenario mío, you're like, coño, sometimes es un relajo, pero es que people like that. People dive into that. We cannot just stop it. And if people are having fun, why are we going to stop that? Entonces tú ves a los reggaetoneros, they're having pleasure, whatever. People love it. So why not do that with salsa?
Right.
Why we have to keep it so serious? Why we have to be so strict? Why we have to take care of what we say? We're never going to grow if we don't break those boundaries, We have to break those boundaries. That's the way.
There's definitely could be a middle ground to absolutely everything, man. And I mean, I obviously don't know the formula to any of this, but what I do know is obviously what you're doing. Well, what I was going to say is what you're doing is working. What you're doing is working. And hopefully it can continue we could just continue spreading the Cuban music in that way, man. I mean, the fact is however it reaches the people is however it reaches the people. It's always good to continue doing what works. And if that's what it is, then so be it. And obviously, of course, one of those things is being connection, with the actual people and relating to the younger crowd. Now, what about the argument of, okay, for example, the fact that the music is more complex, you have your house music and your, what all these young people are listening to now. And it's very simple. It's very 1-2. But then, another thing is to have 11, 12 musicians or 15 musicians on a stage, all with their own talents, with their own instruments.
But you can, with a big band, you can do simple music as well. We have to do that. We have to do simple music. We need to stop acting like we are Beethoven and Mozart, and we need to start doing simple music. It's something that happens to a lot of musicians. It's not, we need to be simple. And we need to give people what they like. Unfortunately, good music is hard to the ear. ¿Verdad? So unless you have educated your ears to listen to good music, it's not going to happen from one day to another. Unfortunately, the music that we listen to right now, majority is urban music. Unfortunately, it's not that difficult to play.
Right.
But that doesn't mean it's bad. And that's a misconception about musicians. Sometimes if you keep it simple, it's the best way to go.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So we have to keep it simple. I try to keep it simple. I do try to keep it simple because it is very important for the dancers to understand what we're trying to bring and what we're trying to say, So I'm against hardcore timba right now, although that was my what I used to do and I used to love it. But we have to keep it simple, less hits. Algo más pegajoso sometimes, So yeah, I agree. Also, I was gonna say un punto. We need, I'm gonna say Ernesto Cabrera. We need more people that are willing to sacrifice. Their pocket. Like for example, when we started Fiesta Rumba Habana 10 months ago, Cabrera me dice, he told me, bueno, dale, let's just go, let's do it. So he took a risk. We started with like 50 people, 40 people. Actually, it was his people because I was and then the next concert, he lost a lot of money there, I didn't make no money there. I mean, with 50 people, you don't make money at all.
Right. Claro.
Then he said, no worries, next time more people. We had like 70 people, 80 people. Then we continued 120 people. And all the way till now, it's been 10 months and we had almost 300 people there at the event. So there's progress. There has to be people that are willing to. First of all, you have to love this music. Then you have to be willing to spend that money on this music, and I think there's not many people like Neto, which there's not many people out there like him that are willing to sacrifice their pockets, you know, and because musicians, they want to get paid, you know. So, you know, as a reggaeton band, it's really just the singers. You can, you know, little by little grow. It's not much, but here you're talking about 11 musicians. And I don't play if it's not with my 11 musicians. I don't agree with playing with 3 musicians. All these good musicians playing with 3 musicians, they study for nothing, because all they're doing is playing on top of a playback. They're just putting play to music and playing on top of it. Okay.
Right.
I can do that too. I mean, I can look like if I'm playing music. We play live. We don't lie to people. That's one thing about N'taya. I'm against lying to people. We do everything live. And Cabrera has risked his fiesta, which people go there, you know, to bring N'taya. And now it's good, but it wasn't all flowers and confettis y corazones, you know, out there. There was a hard time there. And it can go back to, a lot of people might not go to the next concert. Those things can happen, you know, but it's all, we don't have that many people that are willing to risk their pockets for this genre. That's my point on this matter right now.
So, okay. So then ultimately, so you're saying it's just sacrifice. We have to go through, roll with the punches until we can get to a point where, you know, until the you know, we build up enough of a crowd to where wherever it is that we go, and as long as we have enough supporters, then we're going to be able to actually push this to a level where the actual promoters are able to. Because it's sad. It's sad, but it's the truth. How much business is involved with all of this? I mean, you know, I'm pushing, you know, against the concept of the starving artist. Like I don't, you know, call me maybe young and naive or whatever, but I don't think that has to be the case. You know, if you can, with the right minds and the right push, and obviously, of course, the right talent and everyone in the right places and everyone working together, I really think that we can make it happen. But again, it's very similar in the dance scene. If you're talking, you know, similarly about like congresses and stuff like that, like it's hard to get a group of, you know, 5-6 couples to go fly internationally, because that costs money for the organizer, as like the same way that you're talking about for you and your band, you know, as opposed to maybe just one reggaetonero, you know, one person. You know, it's obviously, of course, much cheaper, especially if they're going to bring the same amount of people, you know, because they're just looking for the translation as opposed to the promotion of the culture, if you will, you know?
Correct. But you guys have it way better than us. Not easily. I'm saying you guys are what I mean by saying you guys have it way better than us, because you guys support each other. And I'm going to tell you this. That's one thing I've learned about the dancing salsa world, is that it doesn't matter if that other person is competition. You guys support each other. You guys go to the other congresses. Doesn't matter if probably there was a issue with this school, an issue with the other one. You guys do support each other. We don't have that. We don't have that in the musician world. Musicians do support each other. It's a constant competition. It's not about being. So that's what I meant about saying, I mean, you have it better than us, because you guys are, believe it or not, closer to each other than what we are as musicians. You know, a lot. You might have someone that thinks us better than some. That's normal. But in the musician world, it's a competition with everyone, which is good. But it's bad when you don't take care of your competition. I mean, so there has to be a time that you have to take care and defend your competition. And that's what happens with the salsa world. You know, those salsa congresses, everyone is together. I don't care if you don't like that other person, but you're there with that person. Not in the salsa world. You know, that's one thing I see with los reggaetoneros. They come out with all these tiraderas, that's what they call it, and se tiran uno a los otros. but they do cubatonazo juntos. Oh, they do reggaetonazo juntos.
Right.
You know, they're always together, regardless if they like each other. You know, they support what they do because at the end of the day, they're doing what they like, which is the same thing.
Right.
Salsa, reggaeton. But if you're a salsa musician, what's going on here? Nobody likes nobody. No one gets together to at least, okay, let's create a movement. So it's all about creating a movement.
Right.
It's not happening. You know, it's not happening. And I want that here in Miami. And I want to be like the head.
Claro, eh?
But you know, I mean, it's the truth. So I'm trying to create that. I even want to create a new band. And I was talking to Cabrera also because he's the only one that likes to risk,
right.
You know, to create something with a new style, actually with a songo style. I think Miami needs that. You guys already know Changui, and a lot of the people know Changui, but it's good to have a variety. So you can go one day and dance to songo, the way it's supposed to be danced. And I mean, it's danced the same way, but I'm just saying the way it's supposed to be played. So people can educate their ears to what's songo, what's Changui, what's song. I think we need that here. Just with Changui, I mean, right now it's just Changui. We don't have anything. So, you know, in my mind, I don't want to do music like the way I'm doing it right now for the rest of my life. But I do want to be part of a movement that creates here in Miami, you know, a movement of music. And I mean, I think I'm baby steps, but I'll get there.
Absolutely, man. And I feel like you and I are in the same boat when it comes to the movement, if you will. I mean, there's more inline salsa, and there's more mambo now in Miami than there is casino. Like, and it's like, what? Like, how is this happening? You know, if you were to ask anybody that doesn't live in Miami or in South Florida, you know, say, oh, you know, where would you dance casino? Oh, you figure, you know, obviously, of course, Cuban and in Miami, and obviously, of course, there's a bunch of places, obviously, of course, around the world. But you would figure that there would be more of a presence, and there isn't, yeah. and it sucks. But I feel that has a lot to do with the music. Again, we've been trying, you know, a lot of the schools here in Miami have been trying to, you know, push the casino. But what seems like to be trending, if you will, is that other stuff, is the inline, and in relation to the dance. But obviously, of course, you know, with the support of new music and the support of Cuban music in particular, obviously, of course, that's going to be a lot easier for that, in order to be able to develop that kind of movement. And obviously, of course, brother, however we can help out, you definitely have our support 100%, man, wherever you're at.
I feel it, and I feel it. I feel the support from the dancers. I do feel the support from the dancers. It's incredible. I never thought that my music was gonna get to tell you the truth, in 10 months. It's gotten to a lot of people. A lot of young people know the music. They sing, they dance to it. People yesterday I was looking at my reports, and I have people from Italy buying the music, even France. Venezuela. Have you seen all the Venezuelans? The way they dance casino is impressive. It's incredible. They're awesome dancers. Peru, it's incredible. I mean, Peru, la capital de la timba, that's what we call it. Shout out for Peru, because you know, this music, I think it's safe to say that it's being saved by other nationalities that are not Cuban. Eventually, hopefully, us Cubans, we'll get back to it. Like you and I, that's what we like, but we need more people and more Cubans, you know, liking our roots. And this is who we are, regardless of what we do now. If we do reggaeton, if we do anything that is not salsa, we are salsa, we are song. And the world out there loves that music. And it's sad that sometimes here in Miami, people don't know how to dance casino. And then you go to, I don't know, to a part of Venezuela, and what they do is just casino. That's impressive. What are we here? We're a bunch of Cubans here, and
right,
you know?
Right, for sure.
Cabrera,
gracias por conectar con nosotros. Yanel, Brian, how you doing, brother? Hope all is well, man. Thanks for connecting and watching on with us and everybody else.
Oye, Nico está conectado. Nico y yo somos reparteros. El Ñico está conectado también, coño, rico, sabrosura.
That's awesome.
Y nada, Janelle, esa. Ay, también mira, a Josmel, él es el corista de la orquesta. Josmel era corista de bamboleo, cantante de bamboleo. Un talento, te digo la verdad, yo creo que Josmel gran parte de que guste en N'taya porque Josmel tiene una voz muy fuerte y una voz que llega y penetra a todas las personas. Yo creo que sin Josmel N'taya no fuera lo mismo. Y igual que con otros músicos también de la orquesta, pero en este caso porque Josmel es el que está conectado, estoy hablando de Josmel. Aquí tenemos a ver, Ernesto dice, if casino dancers go out, we can bring casino back.
I agree.
That's a point. That's a good point.
I agree.
I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like all the styles, man. I think it's impressive how things have evolved in the dance. You see, I like all the styles. My favorite one is casino. But I do admire, you know, each, I mean, como dice, you know, hay que hacer un poquitico, que todo el mundo tenga su forma de hacerlo. And what I like about all these different styles is that all of them bring you guys together. Regardless if you do casino, if you do line, if you do two, if you do Colombian, bring you guys, you guys are very unique. The salsa world, de verdad, te lo juro. Although hay muchos problemas, because I listen to you, doesn't matter. You guys are always together. And that's admirable, man. You know, that's very admirable.
For sure. Well, that's definitely what we're trying to do.
¿Qué dice el otro? The biggest challenge is closing the gap between the new generation and the old generation of salsa lovers dancers. That is true. That's why we need new lyrics. We need to stop. Castellano que bueno baila usted. I'm not saying that that's bad. I just want to make sure people understand. I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm saying it's old and the young people do not relate to that type of music. I respect that and everything, but you have to bring bajanda because people they're dancing bajanda. So if they're dancing bajanda, bring it to this music. You know, why not? We need that. We need to refresh.
Well,
hit the refresh.
Well, Cabrera, I mean, definitely, brother. I agree with you 100%. If I can comment on that too, man. And I think the concerts are definitely going to help because, excuse me, sometimes the party scene is a little bit intimidating for someone new and upcoming. I remember me starting off. I was sitting for the first probably year after having already supposedly known, just because there's so many good dancers out there. You know, at least as far as the perception is concerned. So I definitely think that there's a place to, you know, I mean, it's so hard, man, because again, it goes back to the business because, you know, in order for someone to allow someone to sit, you know, without having to buy a bottle or something like that, you know, I mean, in los tiempos de los Mikosuki, if you guys remember back in the day, I mean, it was a $5 cover. And there was a live band, there was a salsa competition, there was seats all over the place. Huge dance floor. ¿Cómo?
N'taya played there.
Yes.
There's even video. Yeah, N'taya played there.
Yes, absolutely, man. That was wonderful. But my point is that it's these little dynamics, you know, that will allow a new up and coming dancer to feel comfortable in the scene, without being pressured to dance. I mean, I'm just saying that was my experience, and you know, the first time that I went out, you know, I had to. It took me a while, and I think someone had to ask me to dance. You know, I mean, it's difficult, you know, from a social standpoint, especially me being born and raised in America. You know, I mean, my parents are Cuban, but you know, I taught myself the little Spanish that I know. ¿Cómo se llama? Y Erica, gracias por conectar con nosotros. How you doing, Angie? So definitely, Ocho Live is a great place. Like I said, with your concerts, bro, they're doing great. They have a little bit of seating there.
Thank you.
You know, so that helps. That helps. The lingo, Brian continues saying.
Yeah, Brian, read it.
Oh, the lingo and staying current with the times helps keeping yourself fresh and in demand nowadays as an artist. Absolutely. And that's what we were covering before. 100%, Brian, you hit that right on the nose there, man. And I agree with you, because you got to keep yourself fresh in the marketplace. Like I said, unfortunately, it does boil back down to the business of it all, and staying fresh and staying hot and lit, if you will. But that's the way that it's got to be done. Otherwise, the youth are not going to be buying the albums continuously. Neto dice, Ultra Light have helped out a lot too. They have been patient. Yes, thank you, Cabrera. Thank you. The venues, as an old promoter, as an old club promoter myself, it's difficult, man, to get the owners of the actual venues to be able to sacrifice a night for the culture. Cabrera, wonderful point. So thank you. And it's a lot of people that have to really come together that are all different elements. I mean, perfect example. If you want to just use the four people that we just mentioned right now, I mean, the venue, Dueño de Ocho Live, Cabrera, the party promoter, the party creator, a band and a music that people can connect to, and then the schools and the academies that have a connection with these, that can be able to move all of this together. I mean, these are all really key components that can, that need to be able to work together, that que no sean hard-headed or greedy or whatever. And that's the only way that the whole ball is going to roll forward, at least in my opinion.
Said Mikosuki, when it was like $5 a cover, I remember those days.
Right.
The bands didn't connect with the people. They did not connect with the people. Why? They did not connect with the people because the lyrics weren't there.
Right.
So you just want to see a live band. Boom. Oh, we danced to a live band. We got out. See, I don't want that to happen with N'taya. We went to see N'taya. Oh, that concert was lit.
Right.
Whoa. Next time, forget it. I'm going again,
Right.
That's the reaction I want you to have with N'taya. So I have to keep in mind that I want people that are not dancers to have fun with my music, and I want dancers to dance my music. So we need those two combinations. Not everyone was born to dance. Some people were born to have a drink and be, with fist bump,
exactly.
No. So we need to have a combination of those two. Sometimes when you have just dancers dancing, dancers just gonna forget the type of music you're listening because they're worried about dancing and connecting to the instruments, not really to the singers. So we have to have a combination in order to grow this salsa world.
Right.
Dice Cabrera, not many places have space for dancers and don't demand, which is true too. Brian dice, in Cabrera's words, salseros don't drink, spend money. That is true too.
Yeah.
So venues are not too entrusting on opening their doors to the salsa atmosphere nowadays. I mean, if it that, pero I think we do drink. It's just that we don't like to pay for the drinks.
Bueno, imagínate.
You're gonna Congress, everyone is, So,
right.
Pero, I mean, yeah, it's true.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things, that can be done. There's a lot of creative ways. I mean, there's no limit to creative ideas to be able to continue to bring people, I mean, obviously, again, I don't know the formula or anything, but, however we got to do to appeal to the younger generation. And I can't believe I'm even saying that, bro. Like, if I'm old, sounding like I'm old. And
how old are you?
No, I'm not going to. Scott, thanks for joining on, brother. Great seeing you, man. Thanks for
I'm
hopping
32. I'm 32. But I'm 32.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. Pero yeah, man. So I agree.
How old are you? How new you are?
I'm 30. I'm 30.
Coño, tú eres un titi.
Yeah.
Pero,
but yeah, so thank you guys for sharing in those words there. I really appreciate it, guys. Again, this is episode 8 of our podcast. This is going to be transferred over to audio in about 2 weeks. So go ahead, and the quickest way to do that is to have our mobile app. So if you want, in the comments below, go ahead and type the word app, APP, and you're going to go ahead and receive a link to download the app, whether you have Android or Apple as well. If you want to receive the live notifications of just when we're getting on to another episode, we launch them every 2 weeks. We have a live interview with someone influential talking about, key topics about growing the industry, etc., or somebody with a positive message to be able to share to the community. Caballero said it's all about having a balance. Absolutely. Brian D say I hang out a lot of mojitos. Yes, brother. Mojitos is one of my great spots. I love mojitos. Every Friday and Saturday, covering a live band. Not a lot of people know about that, and for whatever reason, they're just not even attracting it. Like they're not understanding the power of live music and the feeling that it gives. They play an array of genres. Their secret is, more seating and a small dance floor. Yeah, the place gets slammed, and it's been that way. They just moved from Dolphin Mall, and now they're in, on A Street next to the Palmetto. So, I mean, they're doing absolutely fantastic. So everyone that's in Miami, please go ahead and support Mojitos because they've been promoting the culture, the live music. I mean, it's a whole nother ball game. And yeah, you might be a little bit tight dancing and stuff like that, but you know what? You got live music, so it's great. It's great to make that happen as well. And Cabrera's obviously, of course, doing his parties on Fridays as well at Ocho Live. So absolutely, that's absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that. Oh wait, my brother, I think we've been on for almost an hour, bro. ¿Tú puedes imaginar eso?
I know, man. So fast, huh? We talked about it.
Crazy, bro. But yes, guys. So thank you all y'all for your support, for hopping on here. Like I said, comment the word live, LIVE, to go ahead and receive the notifications every time that we hop on, so that you'll be able to check us out. Cuéntame.
Don't forget, the 21st, we're gonna be at Ocho Live in N'taya.
Yes.
It's Fiesta Rumba Habana, hosted by Néstor Cabrera, DJ Cabrera, and DJ Mini Caballero. So let's have fun and let's make this happen. Ahí vamos a
absolutely. Y también Salsa King's 20th anniversary party. Both of those links are in the comments below. So definitely go ahead, guys. The anniversary party is not Saturday coming up, but the following Saturday at Salsa King's Dance Studios. No cover, live band with N'taya, and it's open bar as well. So you can't get any better than that. That's right. So we're definitely going to be having a blast out there, guys. So come on out. Go ahead and click the link there. You're going to see it under anniversary. And go ahead and RSVP on there. All the details are there, the address, etc. Guys, again, it's about the family. It's about the culture. Let's go out and have an amazing time. Obviously, of course, we're going to have a film crew out there taking awesome videos, etc. of the party, and I'll have a couple of surprises as we always do at our Salsa Kings party. So, Nick, de verdad, gracias de corazón por todo lo que tú has hecho and what you will continue to be doing for the community, for the dance family, and for the music, for the genre, for the country, bro. For real, for Cuban representing. Hey, bro, but you know what, man? No. Let me I'm gonna say that, man, because it's bigger, bro. Because if there's limited to no one doing it, man, there's someone has to. You know what? And if it doesn't, then what happens? What are the consequences of that? And I don't even want to talk about it. So we got as long as we stick together, we continue to push this thing, from Miami, and then we'll be able to go ahead and take this thing to the next level, bro. So as long as we continue using our resources, we keep our heart in the right place. Pa'lante todo mundo.
I agree.
Perfect, my brother. Awesome, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week. Salsa Kings Live. Thank you guys. Be good.
¡Corre tu changüí! ¡Dale!
Dale.
Ahí nada más, goza.